Okay guys, good morning. This is Ryan at Warrensburg Collision, and this morning my improvement is going to be on the welding cart. Right now it's really hard to roll around. We have these old casters on here. As you can see, they're really rough and small. I'm getting ready to upgrade to these bigger ones, and I have a lot of other improvements for this while I'm doing this in mind. So this is my before, and I'll show you guys what I come up with. Okay guys, so the other morning my improvement started on the welding cart. I started off with these casters down here. I replaced those. If you remember, the old ones were really hard to roll around, so now this just rolls really smooth, really easy. If there's anything on the floor, it'll just go right over it. Also in doing that, I noticed there was no handle to move the welder around with. You're always grabbing the welder like this or this to try and move it around. You're wanting to pull this off the stand. So I made this little handle here out of rebar, welded it on there and painted it up, so now it's real easy to pull the welder around effortlessly. Also in doing that, I realized everyone was taking the stinger in the ground and they were taking it and hanging it over the welding bottle here. So you're always trying to untangle these wires to turn this on, and it was just a tangled mess. You always had to untangle the welder every time you wanted to use it. So this already had these spots, but I brought them forward, made them more easy and accessible to the front of the welder. Labeled them, ground, you know, and it's got a visual label here as well. Same thing with the stinger over here. Visual label here as well. While we're in here close, I made a few suggested presets for how this welder seems to be weld the best with the metal that we weld the most. Also down here, I put this little red mark on the top of the switch to turn the welder on and off. So now you can just look down at a glance and see that the welder's off when you see the red. Now you know the welder's on. We got this stuff here, this hot wax stuff that you dip the stinger in. It keeps the slag off the tip of the welder. We Velcroed this to the top of the thing. We also put a piece of Velcro on the side here that you can stick the lid to. That way you can use it. It's not going to fall off on the ground, and it's always got a spot. Also, on the welder here, I've labeled. Well, for one, I brought the welding helmet to the cart. Before it was a different location. You had to go get the welder, then the helmet. So I brought the helmet to the cart, labeled where it is, labeled on the box here. So we keep the helmet inside this box, keep the dust out of it. It's with the cart now. Also, while we're in here close, we have these Kanban cards, and which is what we use to order the product whenever it runs low. And this was just sitting on here, so if you blew off the welder, it would just blow off. So I put some Velcro here, and now we always have a permanent spot for our Kanban card for whenever we run out of welding wire. It says the the product and where to get it. Around here on the back, well, when I raised the welder up a little bit, it put it at a little bit of a angle, and the bottle was angled just a little much. So I added this board back here just to kind of straighten the bottle up a little bit. Over here, so this was another thing that was just always draped over this wire or over this regulator and kind of tangled it up. I put a little magnet here just so it's easy, can always be stuck to the side. Oh, here's a little visual indicator here, a little dot. It gives the where the gas should be set. If you're having any troubles, you can always just quickly look at that. And that's about it, guys, but that's my improvement to the welding cart.